Okay. I'm just really, 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 really excited about this whole thing, guys. And talking with you about this movie. Yeah. Well, hey everyone, and are we, are we, are we online? What are we? Who are we? What are we doing? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So I thought there was a delay there. So, guys, I wouldn't really go around it, etc., etc., etc. So I watched this movie, Humane, and finally, after two attempts back after back, uh, and it was so disappointing, and because the movies were pretty like well received by the audience, and me not liking them, I was like, what the heck? Especially because I really was waiting to check the Abigail, because I thought like it's something interesting, yada yada yada. But yeah, you knew how it turned out. So I wasn't really expecting much of this movie. Mostly I watched it today just because it waited too much. And I needed a free space on my notebook. And also I just want to check it because well, because my notebook, MacBook Pro, is pretty old. I, there is, well, from time to time in MacBooks, etc., etc. Well, this whole um, Mac, Apple um, stuff. I had some problems um, on my way with the video editing and just playing some movies, etc., because it um, got pretty laggy after some times, and then the new update would come out, and you would update your video editor and also your system, and everything would be nice. But now updates are only for new models, and yeah, it kind of sucks. So that was the reason why I decided to check Humane, and you know, mm, even from the beginning, the previous two movies I watched at pretty high speed, and yeah, because they were kind of boring from time to time. But here, sometimes a lot of things happened at once, not with the actions, but with a lot of information that you needed like to process, etc. And here we have this mm, a bit of information, and you're like, why this character is bad, like what exactly she has done, because I kind of didn't get at first that lady, why she was bad, that Rachel, but then it became more clear. And so maybe I'm like my mind's not working in that way that I notice every little detail. So this movie, it was interesting from the start, but at the 30 minutes mark, when I heard that voice with hi, Bob, I was like, is it who I think he is? This actor? And yeah, it turned out it was Enrico, and I was like, yes! Because, well, actually, the funniest thing is that our kind of obsession with not really Enrico, but you know, David Wilson and Enrico Colantoni duo began. My and my girlfriend began with series Person of Interest, and you see, I have all the stuff I have about those two. A lot of fun, not stuff, and just stuff. And I would be fangirling a lot. And actually, yeah, really, really, the funniest thing is that in our duo with my girl, she's Enrique's. Well, not even Enrique's. Yeah, she's Boss's girl, let's say it like that. Team Boss, and I'm Team Anthony. Because boy, Scarface, Anthony McConaughey, and this whole thing, I just have so many stuff and memories, etc., 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 that are connected with this fandom and this character. And yeah, so the funny thing here was like, I was, I think, here. Enrique's fangirl through all this movie, and from the beginning to the middle and to the end, I was like, yeah, I'm rooting for this character. And also, when there was some stuff about him, and so okay, okay. I think we need to get to the plot of this movie at first, and then I would fangirl and annoy probably everyone with my fangirling, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, that's so funny when you kind of is um adult. Yeah, I'm 60 not really, 30 something years old, a woman, yeah, stuff like that. Well, I don't really like the one, oh, what, person, let's say it like that, um, because I simply sometimes don't like how it sounds in Russian. That's my thing. Even well, we just have different kind of words for uh, girl and young woman or something like that. So yeah. Anyway, it's so kind of weird when you're like, I'm an adult, but every time stuff like this happens, I'm like, I'm a little fangirl because I don't know, maybe it reminds me about when I was like in 2013 or 15, no, 14, I think, when I made the first fun vid about those two, and yay since then the rest is history. Yeah, and a lot of good memories were connected with these two characters. So anyway, Humane movie. I actually liked it. As I said you before, the pace was okayish, and also just because I liked the beginning, yeah, and then I was like, give me another scene with Enrico, yeah, that's all I'm asking for, and especially the scenes that. Anyway. So, Humane. It's actually the synopsis of this movie. The plot is in the wake of environmental collapse that has forced humanity to shed 20% of its population, a family dinner erupts into chaos when a father planned to enlist in a government's new uh, euthanasia program goes horribly awry. Okay, so anyway, my gosh. Yeah, of course. the the poster was uh, so bad for holiday time. Anyway. So, um, actually, I made a post about some stuff from this movie, and one of our friends ask about, so is it like environmental movie about some uh, stuff? And no, actually, um, I don't really think that it matters so much. Like mm, there were some movies like oh, what it was called, um, actually I forgot, the movie about that guy, a priest who mm, went into space. Oasis, I think. Oasis. Yeah, there were environmental problems there, and then I watched the movie Wandering Earth. And also, I think something like that was in the movie when they sent the kids to space, and then the kids um, grew up there, etc. Anyway, there are a lot of movies with this kind of concept, but here, like, this stuff is kind of irrelevant. It's, well, not irrelevant, but I mean, you won't see any volcanoes erupting or some forest fires, etc., etc. It's just said that the baseline of this, the main plot of this movie is that there are some environmental problems, and we won't have, well, even food, etc., etc., etc. For the people, so they decided to like kill 20% of the population of the world, and some of the people they mm, like blame Asian people because it's all because of China and India, though Asian and India, whatever. Japan. So also like kind of weird, but okay. So, and yeah, we had our racist guy here, one of the brothers, and actually, it's, I think, kind of. Well, not a big prediction, yeah, but it's kind of possible that in the future, because we won't have enough resources, that something like that would happen. And here in this movie, it was kind of like not really bad, because if someone would like enlist in this euthanasia program, then his family would get a quarter of the million, and that's a pretty nice deal. And then we learned that at first this stuff was introduced, I think, in prisons, and like everyone decided to do it and got the money for their family or loved ones, etc. And also uh, the not so good stuff, but at the same time, it was it sounded pretty sad but realistic that a lot of immigrants would do such a thing if the government would promise to give the money to their kids and help them become a citizen of some place. And yeah, that's a possibility. So uh, also how we, and the main plot is based, yeah, on one family, and we were introduced with one of the family members, with Jared, and he's like part of the government, not really. He's um anthropologist, I think, but actually, yeah, he kind of on the side of the government and is like everyone should. And he said one of the stupidest thing, like I don't think that we need to put some limits on people who want to end their life, like. And he was asked like, you're a father and you think that people under certain limit can do this, yeah, my son is 10 and you think it's okay, yeah, I would like for him to watch it, etc. And you were like, really? Really? And he was like, yeah, my words were twisted. He was explaining it to his mm, wife, and yeah, that was pretty messed up thing to say. And also we, another part, and one of the detail about environmental problem is that, yeah, we don't have enough of food, and even, well, food, we don't have enough of water, and we saw some line for water even, and people walk on streets with umbrellas because UV light is pretty harsh, and yeah, that's basically it. And well, we got introduced to this family, as I said, and basically that's a story about family. So I don't really consider it a horror type of movie. No, I think it was kind of a maybe thriller, but or just, psychological horror, because this family was put into a weird circumstance where they needed to, like, decide what to do, because yeah, we got introduced to this family. So there is a dad who is retired reporter who always worked, and well, wasn't really a good father. And also there is and he became even worse when the kid's mom died, and then he met Dawn, well, the kid's stepmom, and she was on Iron Chef, and she had a restaurant, but she needed to close it. And after we learned that, well, yeah, because the restaurant was burned, because she's an Asian, etc., 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 stuff like that. And also, this couple has a few kids. There is Jared. We talked about him. He's kind of bad, and well, he's not really likable character. Also, we have Noah, who was adopted, and he is, I think, a son of not really like white. I don't know what his nationality is, and what race he is. Like, I won't assume because I'm pretty bad at it. But yeah, Jared always was pointed on it that he is like that people, and no, wasn't really liked by everyone because he was adopted, and also he was like music prodigy, but as with a lot of prodigies, he uh, well, it was harsh for him, and he became addicted to drugs. But then she found a girl, and his life began to blossom. But in his drugged state, he uh, got into an accident and he killed someone. He killed a girl. Also, we have a sister, Rachel, and she is also not a really good person. She has a daughter, Mia, and Mia is a test tube kid because Rachel was like, I don't want to uh, lose my time on men, stuff like that. And also, Rachel is in a lawsuit because she mm, worked in a pharmaceutical department or company. She was a lady who knew that her meds weren't working, but she still put them out, and a lot of people, their symptoms got worse, and yeah, and she was just making money out of these poor people. And also we have Ashley, a theater kid who wants to be a star, but even years later, no one really picked her for anything. So yeah, um, their father decided to ask them to come, but he specifically asked for adult only dinner because he wanted to tell them that we with Dawn decided to enlist us, and we wanted to just spend our time with you, and then in the presence of the whole family to have these little injections and to just peacefully go out, and the money would be like divided between you. And the kids were like, no, why, we're above it, etc., etc., etc. And that's so kind of two-faced, especially for Jared, because he was like, yeah, everyone should enlist, etc. But then he was like, we're above it, and our family is above it, etc., etc. And the truth is that there were not much of enlisters in the country, and that's why the government decided to make a kind of law, but it was kind of a secret. Um, Jared spoke about it that maybe if they would force people to enlist themselves, it would be one person for family, and that's why. Yeah, but the dad was like, no, I want for you to be safe and to not separated. But he was kind of a douche, though actually here, even if some characters were not really likable, I like them. They were really, really nice. I My complaint about Abigail movie was that the characters were like, we have a junkie, we have alcoholic, one alcoholic, two, etc. And there were not really likable characters there, but here, I like the characters. They were um, nicely put together, and I believed in them, and that's good when the characters doesn't really annoy you, even if they're bad. You're like, I kind of don't like you, but you're good. You're good. You're a good character, and also the views were pretty nice when they have had this dinner, because also Dawn was a chef before, so we had a few really good shots, and some of them, especially at the end of the dinner, they reminded me about Hannibal and the way the food was presented there. And here also it looked really nice, and yeah, the basic premises of this movie, I wouldn't like go into a lot of details here because I just like the movie, and the main problem here was like their dad. He enlisted two people, and then Dawn decided to like run away. But when the guy came, like, "Hi, I'm Bob," it was Enrico, and he was adorable. And actually, I never got why he was seen by some characters as the biggest bully and the evilest man alive. I was like, he's Enrico. Come on, I'm liking this character. I don't care. And so, without Dawn, he was like, everyone was like, can you come later? And even the dad was like, well, we wanted to enlist together with my wife, but she's not here. Can you like get out and come any other time, because we wanted to do it together. And this Bob character, Bob, was like, can I have a few words with you? And he gave this Charles, the dad, Charles York, also he was like, I'm your biggest fan. Usually I ask people who you are, but I know who you are. I'm your biggest fan. And he gave him the papers, and the loophole there was like, you can like cancel this appointment, but then your assets and all credit cards would be frozen, and also your name would be in the coward list. Coward list. And you would be put in jail for the rest of your life. And Charles, he just cherished and cared so much about his name that he decided to die alone, just not to be put on cowards list. And what he forgot to mention, it may be not really mentioned, maybe it was also Bob's doing, because he thought that a lot of good people enlisted themselves, but is it fair that a lot of bad people, and really really bad people, like let's look at Jared, for example. He was like, let's enlist kids, and kids at the, I don't know, 11, 12 years old, they're like, I don't like my school, etc., or I'm pissed at my parents. I would enlist myself just to um, piss them all, stuff like that. They kids, like, what the heck are you talking about? What 10-year-olds enlisting you're talking about? Like, come on. And also this Rachel, who really wasn't, she knew that the Mats weren't walking, and that's why her daughter was really really bullied at school, because yeah, her mom was kind of evil and people were suffering because of her. Yeah. And yep. So Bob was like, so I came here for two bodies, and I only got one. And they were like, well, don't. She ran away. And he was like, yeah, but we have like this 2 hour like spot in our time, in our like today today in our planner, let's say it like that. And we like want go without another body. And that's well, he also took the kid, because he was like, no, we don't take minors, so you need to decide between the four of you who would like be put also for this procedure. And that's where the interesting stuff begins to happen. And also they were kind of predictable, because human nature is like that. And I was kind of sad because of Noah, even if he was like a bad person, but this family kind of hated him with passion, and I was pretty pissed at Ashley. Yeah. And their reason was like, no, we want to leave, and he was adopted, so he needs to be put down. And also because he killed someone, who cares if he like have a nice life now. And that was so messed up, guys. And yeah, especially when Jared was like, I'm not a racist, but people like you. And I was like, I'm not against people like you. And you were like, just shut the hell up. He was like, oh, I'm not a racist, I'm an ally. You, Mia, Dawn, and maybe I have white privileges, etc. And you were like, just, what are you even talking about? You're just a bad person. Let's stick with that. So I really want to talk now. Well, at first, I just need to say a few words about the final scene. I really thought that our character, one of the characters, would be the one who would walk out, the only one, and it would be nice. But then they decided to change then this character decided to change their mind. And I was like, okay, well, the main thing, my favorite Bob survived, so I was like, yay. I don't care about anyone else, not really. Especially, I even didn't really care about Mia because, well, Bob was kind of like getting her to the side, outside, not to be mixed with this whole mess, because you know, actually, you would uh, uh, hope that people would be like more humane, yeah, but in reality, who knows, maybe they would decide, between them they would decide to like do kill or something like that Mia, because people can be pretty brutal when they're facing some hard choices. So, the movie was nice. I liked it. Now, let's talk about Bob. So, at the 30 minutes mark, this guy was like, hello, I'm Bob. And I was like, as I said before, I was like, is it? Also, I saw that the production was it was Canadian, I think, movie, and then I was like, is Enrico Colantoni in Humane? And yeah, then I found that Canadian actor, and I was like, yeah. And he was really cool here. And especially, I joked a lot. I joked even on Twitter and on my um, public and Telegram that when I'm like, well, I haven't done anything about this two in a while. Universe is like, here you go. And I was like, are you for real? Like, well. I think I'm gonna put some screenshots here, just because I can, and can, not can't. I just watched Bob and I was like, yeah, 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 yes, thank you. So, where I need to go? I think I need to go somewhere here. Maybe. Yeah, and I would like make stuff like this. So let's talk about Enrico. Let's talk about our Bob here. When I first saw him, actually, after this scene, I checked the beginning and I kind of missed him because I was just focusing on the woman hair there in the beginning scene, and I just saw her and that she was taking the envelope, and I was focused more on the guys who were sitting in the car. So I was like, yeah. But then when I watched it, when I like rewinded to the beginning, I was like, yeah, yeah. Just because this one. Yeah. So, what mm, I wanted to say about this character. I was like, okay, so we have him, and he's interesting, but we had a few moments. Well, can you give me the moment, please? So, I think. Yeah, of course. It's not opening! What the heck is your problem? Anyway. So, what was the moment there? I think it was something like this, maybe. Yeah, so another moment why I liked it so much. I was joking about when I'm not making this content about those two, and the characters are basically boss and his right hand, mafia, a mobster, of course, like mafia guys. Yeah. So here, when he was kind of bad, I was like, I see nothing. I don't see any difference, like, at all. And yeah, then in Person of Interest, he was a boss, and he had his right hand man. Right hand man. So, let's do it like that. So, we had this boss, and his right hand man. Okay, you see me now. Anthony. And yeah, I even have amigurumi of them because my girl. So here, look at this. Anthony McConaughey there, and here he was talking about Anthony's a pro, Anthony do this, and I was like, are you for real? Universe, are you for real? And especially not really these moments, but more later. I was like, get out of here. Because can't really see. It's a bomber, not bomber. So. Oh, now I can see them. So, of course. Hello, I'm Bob. And then this scene. And in that scene, I was like, you serious? And yeah, there was a moment when he was getting angry, and Tony here he looks different, but you know, I just watched with the subtitles because some sentences were like, what's going on here? And I was like, boss, Donnie, saying, boss, everything's okay in there. And I'm like, but we're not there yet. It's like, it's mild things here, but then we saw boss, who was after Tony once again asked boss, then we saw the no, then boss was like, yeah, answering that that's not the main scene, but I want to show you it just to, just to realize why I'm being so like fangirling about it. So he was like, yeah, Tony, I'm good, it's all good, and like the whole concept of him playing boss here and having a right-hand man who is also Tony, and I'm like, are you serious? Also, we had these universes collapsing together in one of the movies where David was in Alta movie. There was a scene when there was a stick note, and it was written there, I think you like it, Tony. And of course I used it in one of my fan vids, and also once David played in movie in Central Park, when he was like, Enrico is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I was like, are you for real? Universe, are you for freaking real? And yeah, there were a few other movies from and series from where I used some scenes with those two. And also the funny thing that David and Enrico, they played together not in only Person of Interest but also in Mysteries of Laura in one of the episodes, and they even made a few photos together in mobster style, I think. That was really cute. And also they played in old a comedy show, and I listened to podcasts of interest when David was like, and I asked him if he remembered me or something like that, and he was like, of course he didn't. And it's so good to know that these two actors are good friends in real life, and every time on some holidays we have these things, posts from them to one another, and a few times when David was tweeting that the best boss a boy can dream of, stuff like that. Or I'm gonna try to um, free your boss when there was a scene, some screenshot from one of the series, I think, where Enrico was, and he was put in the back of police car, something like that. So here, just the last scene when this Bob was with Tony, I was like, I'm out of here. Like these moments were like, okay, fine. Like, yeah, I'm having too much fun with it. And every time they mention Tony, I'm like, oh, you fool. That's what I wanted. That's just what I wanted for a long time. And especially, I know that. These are different, uh, very different things, the series and this movie. But when you really like the character, you're kind of watching it and finding some similarities. For example, we know that in Person of Interest series, the boss, Enrico is playing Carl Elias. He is really sophisticated guy, and he likes books. He likes expensive, good wine, and he's a good cook. And also, yeah, the thing about this movie that there were not a lot of resources and food, and this family was having a nice, really big dinner with a lot of dishes and extravagant dishes. And also, this character Bob was like, "Is that fish?" And he was like, wow, this house is so good, look at the chandelier. And I was like, that's typical Elias, come on. And also when we had this scene with cats, I was like, get out of here, because one of the favorite scenes of all the fans of Person of Interest is when the table scene in the first season, in episode 19, I think, when Anthony was sitting near the table where his boss was, and the boss was like playing with his cats, like doing patience, or how it's called. And he was with his cats, and I was like, this is so good to be true. And I just had a lot of fun watching it. And also, this Bob began to whistle, and it reminded me. I told you yesterday in Abigail's review that there was a moment in Person of Interest when David decided to whistle, and he even suggested the song. It's a new day, it's a new dawn, and I'm feeling good. Da-dum, da-dum. So. Here Bob was whistling, and I'm like, he's whistling, come on. He's whistling, like, don't play with my heart. Because, like, oh my gosh. And through all these thing, I was like imagining, what if he was telling some of the phrases to Anthony, especially because there was one scene when Bob was like putting the stuff to um, take out of this life for this Charles. And I was like, we know that Anthony got, even if he wasn't killed, yeah, he was really, 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 really injured in this final for ninth episode of season 4. And what if he was injured so bad that the boss was saying stuff like that, like he won't feel a thing, etc., or he was just putting Anthony uh, well, to sleep even in the first season when we learned the part of information where Carter was like, his lieutenant got down this morning, and you know what Elias did? He put all of his bodyguards to protect Anthony. At least he's loyal. And I was like, my heart. And that was the moment when I was like, yeah, 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 I'm liking this dude. And that's when I made the fun bit about those two with the song On a Night Like This, I can fall in love, I can fall in love with you. And yeah, David liked this video and reposted on Twitter and said it summed it all, and I was like, okay, David, okay. Like, you know, everything that is happening now and that was happening through all these my obsession with this pairing, I think, and do I think it's just the fault of this one single like and message. Yeah. So stuff I wanted to talk to you about, not even that we're with my girl, like she kind of wrote a few um, high-rated stuff about those two. That's an interesting story. And we kind of got really into these two characters because we have a lot of similarities with those two, and I think that's good. That's interesting. And I always felt myself like Anthony, and yeah. we had one person who was like, what are you talking about? I came here for Humane and you're talking about some guys from the show I don't know. So I'm really Anthony because I'm really loyal. I'm that loyal guy, loyal person, and I like that about him in this series. And my better half, she is just like Elias. She read a lot of books. She is really intelligent, and I like the way she speaks. And she's also really like sophisticated lady, and I really felt in love with it in the beginning because a lot of people don't have a beautiful language when they're talking, and she was like really something like out of book. Exactly, like some mm, beautiful, beautiful, romantic book. Yeah. that was. Yeah. And she likes to mm, scheme and plan stuff, and yeah, I think we mm, really, really combines together well. Let's say it like that. So we have a few things about this, and I'm still kind of unsure about posting English version of them with the help of some translators into Wild Web, and just this scene. Be gentle, Tony, gentle. And I was like, why? Why, universe? Why? I said this, I told you before, this video, I said it even in the, title, that this video would be just a fun girl. Maybe I would show you some of my stuff later, but at first I need to show you the last few scenes. Because. Just because. Just because. So, yeah, here. If you know the scene that someone still cannot really watch, and it's the scene of ninth episode of first season, and here had so many similarities with it. When Tony was like, "Boss, I'm sorry," and I was like, "Please don't do this another with my heart for the second time." And he was like saying. Tony, 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 Tony. It's okay. It's okay. And if you know the series Person of Interest, the final scene with my favorite POIScarface, and when the boss was like, "That's enough, Anthony. You did good, and here, Tony, that's okay," but that's not why I wanted to talk with you about it. The last phrase of boss's sentence here, like, just watch, just watch with me at this, like, "I've got it all under control, babe." Babe! I was like, okay, I think, okay. And I just don't know. Seriously, like, the universe is like, here you go. You have a boss, you have a Tony, and you have a babe here. Like, I need to do something with this. Like, come on, guys. Just, is it even fair? It's not. Oh, But actually, in all seriousness, I would put once again our poster here, just because. Just because. In all seriousness, I really liked this Bob character, and yeah, maybe mostly because he was played by and Enrico Calantoni, but also because he was really nicely played, and I liked him, even if he was bad, but he kind of had the reason. But at the same time, I just like Enrique, and also he was like rah 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 rah, like dogs do, and I was like, what is this? I'm liking this, and I want to put it somewhere. I don't know why. I don't know for what, but I'm like, yes, that's what I was needing for so long as a person of interest fan. This movie, this character, and also like the movie was fine and the characters were fine, but a lot of screen time with this Bob and Enrique, and I was like, yes. And as I said before, um, mm, as I said before, um, as I said before, I really liked that he survived, and I was really kind of scared for a few moments there. But I really liked that he survived, even if he was kind of an asshole. But at the same time, just liking him. He's a nice character, and yeah. So also about person of interest, like listen, I don't have a lot of times to talk about my obsession with person of interest, so deal with it. I think deal with it. So let me show you this whole stuff here. So we have this weirdness here. It was I don't know, my attempt at like making anyway. I even have a few I think shirts where I tried to make some boy person of interest match. So is just something. This is just something. It's basically my attempt to draw something on a piece of uh, textile, and yeah, David even liked it. And after years, I'm like, why? Because years later, I'm like, they're so cringy, maybe, but I don't know. So also, my girl made these kind of Anthony, and because we have a dragon here. Well, she was trying to make a dragon, but she got a dinosaurs, and it's just Anthony in dinosaur, Kigurumi, like, yeah. And also we have Anthony with the maid outfit. Don't ask me why. Also we have this Anthony here. Just look at him. This is a horror channel. This is a horror channel. But in my defense, I made a top mob husbands I think, uh, yeah, top mob husbands, or top, mm, like, dark past criminal guys. I don't know. But I remember that apartment zero was there, and also no, then I just mob husbands maybe. So I also talked about these guys, and Percival, I think, and Stephen from the Suicide Theory. Also, I have these actually um, doll of me cosplaying Anthony. Yeah, and also, as you saw before, I have these acrylic stands with Anthony and Boss by a wonderful, wonderful Chinese artist. Also, I have this kitten, Kiss the Boss, because we have a fan art of this boss with this apron, and just Anthony in Bird's style, and also the boss. I also have glasses for him, but the character Bob was without glasses. So, and this is amazing, amazing, amazing. Just look at this amazing art book from this Chinese artist. Amazing, amazing, amazing. By me. By Likaon. Hey! And it's so amazing. And we have our Anthony here, and also another Anthony. Well, how to show it to you without any weirdness. So here, Anthony, and also we have them here, Boss and Anthony is in a police uniform, and here it's really beautiful fan art about those two in Halloween, like walking under the umbrella just as in this movie. So here also we have this Anthony, and also kind of with blood Anthony, and in also here, like we had in Humane, injured Bob, and in Person of Interest there was few scenes where Boss was injured, and I was like, it kind of reminded me about those times. And here, really, really beautiful fan art. And you know what I like about these fan arts, that they truly look like some masterpiece. That's incredible. And the paper is nice, and here they're in the snow and with Bruce also. And here we have those two here, and a little Anthony here. Yay! He's a cutie. And here, one of the incredible scenes, one of the incredible things. Yeah. And here also Anthony and his boss. And here I also like this, Anthony and his boss. A lot of arts are pretty dark, but they look so good. They look so good and nice. And here they're in the snow. And here I also like this layout. And also here is our Elias trying to wash Cat Anthony, why not? And on the subway. And here we have our boss. Yay. And here we have this boss and a little one. And in a style of Assassin's Creed, I think, Anthony, just look at him. And this one, like, we had a theory about maybe a few drawings that maybe after the fire, the explosion, he was turned into half human and half android maybe, and this whole concept is so cool, so interesting. And here we have more stuff with Anthony as android, and here we have just Anthony in shibari, like, usual stuff. And here also Anthony, yeah, also with this android style. And here, look at the Anthony, look at my boy is amazing. And here, Anthony and his boss. A little bit of stickers, and yeah, that's kind of where the whole thing with Anthony in maid outfit kind of started, but kind of not. It was another picture where it all truly started. And here, those two, aren't they like amazing? And this picture, I like it really, really much. I really, really liked it. And it's just, it's simple, and at the same time it's really powerful. And I like stuff like that more sometimes than the stuff where we have just high rated things with someone, because the rating isn't really sometimes better than with showing feelings, etc. So guys, yeah, that was it. And I think you're so fed up with my fangirling about person of interest. Let me please talk for I don't know how long, a really, really long time about those two, just because I can. Yeah, so I think that was it for today, guys, and I'll see you around. And yeah, if you liked the description of this movie, you can check it out, and also you can check, the Person of Interest series, because it's really interesting. And this duo is like, yeah, and we need more army, more people for our army of people who likes these two, our favorite duo. So yeah, bye, and see you around, guys. Bye. As the Romans said, Veni Vidi Vici. No, Invictus Maner. Okay, I don't care.